This lesson is on section 7.5 titled Volume of Prisms and Cylinders. So the first lesson should be a nice easy review of sixth grade concepts. Super easy. We're just trying to find the volume of a rectangular prism. So in this picture it says volume equals width times base times height, or a lot of times you're used to seeing volume equals length times width times height. Either way, it's the same thing. You're just going to be multiplying your width times your base or your length, and then times your height. Super, super easy. So for the first example, it says find the volume of the rectangular prism. So volume equals, we'll say length times width times height in this example. So my length is 3, my width is 5, and my height is 8. So 3 times 5 is 15. And then 15 times 8 is 120. Now, I'm not done. I have to include my units because I'm solving for volume. Volume is always to the third power because you're multiplying 3 different dimensions. So my final answer is 120 inches to the third power, or inches cubed. Super easy to start us off in this video. Next example is to find the area of a triangular prism. So very similar to the other equation, but we're just going to be we're finding the area of the base, multiplying the height. So you have to find this area first, color of a different color, this area first, and then we have to multiply it by the height. So in this example, it says find the volume of this triangular prism. Okay, so we know that the volume of the prism is going to be the area of the base times your height. Then I just wrote that for short. Okay, so first let's find the area of the base of this triangular prism. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of color this in, and we're just going to focus on what is the area of that blue triangle. Okay, because that's the area of the base. Think about that's the base of how it can sit flat on. So I know the area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1/2 times 15 times 8. Okay, so I know, well, 1/2, well, what I like to do is kind of do the whole numbers first and then multiply it by half or cut it in 2. Okay, so I'll do 15 times 8 is 120. And then I do 1/2 of 120 is going to be 60. So I know the area of the base is 60. Now I just have to take 60 times my height, which is 12. Well, I know 6 times 12 is 72, and I'm going to add the 0. So my volume is 720, and I have to include my units. Volume is also, again, cubed because we're multiplying 3 different dimensions. So it's going to be centimeters cubed. So this is one way how to find volume of triangular prism. The other way that I've had students find that they like in the past is all they did was do the length times the width times the height, and then chop it in half, and that will kind of work the same thing. So what you could do is you could do 8 times 15 times 12, and then divide it by 2, and then you're also going to get 720. So either way, however you want to do it, if you want to find the area of the base and then times the height, you can do that. Or you can take the length times the width times the height and then divide it in 2. Either way, you'll get the volume of 720 centimeters cubed. My last example is finding the volume of a cylinder. Now, volume of a cylinder, this is the formula you need to know. It's a little bit more complicated than the others, but that volume equals pi times r to the second power times your height. Again, you're going to be given this formula on your MCA test or on other tests, but again, it's nice for you to have that in the back of your head memorized. Okay, so it says find the volume of the cylinder. So let's rewrite the formula. Volume equals pi r squared times the height. Okay, so all we have to do is fill in this formula. So my volume is now going to equal 3.14, again, put that for short, times my radius. My radius is half of my circle, so from one point of my circle to the center. So that's going to be, and it already gives it to me, so times 2 to the second power times my height, which is 4. That's my height. So again, I'm just going to be following orders of operations to solve this problem. So I'm going to do exponents first, bring down everything else. That's my volume. And then I'm going to work from left to right. So I'm going to do 3.14 times 4, and that's going to be 12 and 56 hundredths. And multiply that by 4, and that's going to be 50 and 24 hundredths. And that's going to be my volume. And again, I have to include my units. So my units are centimeters, and volume is always cubed. So in order to find the volume of a cylinder, we're always going to have to take the pi times the radius to the second power times the height. And that's how to find volume and area of prisms and cylinders. Thanks for watching.